Hi, kids. The in-group people are just coming in now, so we're going to get started in just a few minutes, okay?
Is this the right link?
Are you scheduled to have me in class right now, Mr.
Yeah.
Cafarella? Yep, you're good. You're
Okay.
good. All right, I'll be with you kids in just a few minutes. All right, well, we got a second here. Riley, are you in the gold group or are you full remote?
I'm gold.
Okay. And what about you, buddy? Are we going to see you in class tomorrow? Yep.
Oh, yes.
No.
No, you're full remote?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, buddy. Come here. Follow me. What's your name? Jay?
Hi, Riley.
All right, let's find you up here. Jake. Okay. Jake right there? All right, Jake, you are going to be right here, my man, okay? We're going to grab a squirt, we're going to grab a piece of paper, and you're going to find out where you sit. Okay? Grab a squirt, grab a piece of paper, and then come see me and I'll tell you where you sit. Hi, what's your name?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah. Aaliyah, you are right here. Okay? Yep, you're good. What's your name, pal?
Brian.
Brian? Brian, excuse me. You are right there. Okay? What's your name, bud? Sammy. Sammy Hopkins? Okay, you are right there. Let's admit some of these folks here. Admit.
Mr. Cafarella, you gotta watch out for this one.
This one right here,
Jacob Lally.
he was the first one in the
You gotta
room.
watch out for him.
He was ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep an eye out
I
for
am
him.
so kidding.
All right, well, we have to keep an eye out for him because he's such a good kid, right?
I can mess with him.
Hi, kids. Don't sit anywhere yet. No, the young lady. Squirt, paper, come see me where to sit. Okay? Squirt, paper, come see me where to sit. All right, what's your name, my man? Come here, Zach. Zach, you are sitting right here. You know what? So
I'm loving the hair, dude.
you'll have two pieces of paper. What's your name? Isabella. Isabella, you are right here. Okay. Hi, what's your name? Sarah. You are right here. And actually, there's two papers there already, so why don't you recycle that? Let's let some people in. Gonna let some of our virtual friends in the waiting room as people come in to the class. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait for 9. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll be waiting on 2 more. All righty. All right. Everyone doing good? Waiting on 2. So give them like 30 seconds. Plus, it's still 2 minutes of passing time. In passing time, and while we're waiting for passing time, why don't you take out your computers, please? Okay? Take out your computers, please. I know the kids at home already have their computers because they're seeing me on their computers. All right. So we are waiting for Rashara. And we are waiting for Noah. Any sight of these friends today? Noah or Bashar? No? No. Let's give a peek on the hallway, and then we'll get started. Are you Noah, right?
Yep.
Come on in, Noah. You are in the right place. Noah, you are going to be right here. Is Justin your brother?
Yep.
I knew it. Tell him I said hi, okay, pal?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if there's anyone else. All right. Let's see if there's anyone else in my waiting room that needs to be entered. Hi, friends at home. How are you all? Doing good? All right, awesome. Great to see you. And right on the money. Kids at home can hear me okay? All right. Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, welcome to class, everyone. Okay, this is 7th grade social studies. I'm Mr. Cafarella. Okay. Welcome to those of you in the blue group who are in front of me right now. Welcome to those in the gold group and the remote learners who are at home, okay? And I hope everyone can see me and hear me okay, all right? If we hear some dinging noises up here, it's because I'm allowing kids to enter the waiting room on Zoom, okay? You'll get the hang of what that is like tomorrow when you folks are at home, okay? And I'm gonna hopefully see some of these kids who are on the computer screen in person tomorrow, okay? All right. So I'm going to quickly take attendance, all right? But for those of you who are in front of me, you already learned the first procedure, which is walk into class, okay? Get a squirt of hand sanitizer, grab your piece of paper, and put it on your desk. Okay. How many people have used the paper before in one of your classes? Okay. Some of you, this is your first time. All right. I'm kind of into using the paper to protect the surface of the desk right now. We'll see. That may change over time. Okay. Kids at home. All right. Now would be a good time to check in to social studies class if you haven't done so already. Okay. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, you're going to log into Infinite Campus. I'm sure you've done this for all your classes today, but you're just going to hit the check-in button, all right? And then you folks will have to do that tomorrow, okay? You'll get the hang of it pretty fast. For kids at home, the procedure that I just taught was, let me make sure that you can see the front door there. There we go. Is that when we walk in, you're going to get a squirting hand sanitizer, squirty, squirty, squirty. Okay. Grab a piece of paper from the table here. I'll show you one that I've already touched already, so we don't waste any. Grab it from the desk and then bring it to your seat. Right? What do you think you're going to do with it at the end of the period? Recycle. Yep. Take it up. Put it in the recycle bin. Okay. And I'll put this one back since I touched it already. All right. By the way, friends at home, most of the time you're going to see me like this. Sometimes I'll move my computer like I just did so you can see the front of the room, but you probably won't see the students live in the room. But if you're in the gold group, you'll be here live tomorrow, so you'll get to see what my classroom looks like tomorrow, okay? All right, I like to start by just giving a brief introduction of who I am, what we'll study in a typical class. And in the process, I'm gonna show you some ins and outs of the classroom as well. I'm probably gonna do the most talking you're ever gonna hear me talk today and tomorrow. And then after that, I'm going to stop talking for the whole period. All right, there might be occasional days here and there, but I'm rarely going to spend a whole period talking at you. But today and tomorrow, I'm going to do a lot of talking. Okay? Kids in person, good? Kids at home, good? Okay, awesome. Awesome. So who I am. My name's Frank Cafarella, right? This is my 19th year of teaching social studies at Cosgrove Middle School, all right? I love teaching social studies at Cosgrove. I couldn't imagine working anywhere else, okay? For 18 of those years, I've been right here. So this is my comfy little room 806 home, okay? How many of you kids had Mr. Norquist last year? How about at home? You can raise your hand. How many kids had Mrs. Miller last year? How many kids had Mrs. Marasco last year? How many people are brand new to Cosgrove? Anyone? Okay, so I've worked extensively with all of those teachers. They're in the social studies department. I'm the social studies department teacher leader. I know those teachers well, and actually a lot of the tests you've taken and activities you've done, I've helped them to design. So I know a lot of where you're coming from, all right? I have a wife and 2 kids. My wife is a 3rd grade teacher in Greece. I have 2 kids. I have an 8th grader and a 5th grader. Okay, so I know what middle school is all about. I've been teaching it for a while, and I live with a middle schooler, okay? I do think it's important that you kind of get to see my face occasionally without a mask. I'm not gonna take my mask off unless we're outside, but I will do this. I will share my screen with all of our virtual friends, okay? And let me see if I can get the right tab up here. Okay, oh, come on, that's gonna be tricky. That's me without my mask on, okay? And that is my furry little fluffy friend, Geo. Does anyone have a furry little fluffy friend at home? Okay, kids at home, raise your hand. All right, Geo is my first pet. I got my first pet at the age of 41. I had no idea what I was in for. It's a lot of work, okay? And if you have a pet too, you know, it's a lot of work as well, but we love him, and he, you know, keeps us active and busy. So those are a couple things about me. Eventually, you're gonna learn more about me than you ever cared to know, so that's all I'm gonna tell you for now, all right? What we'll study. This is the first half of American history. We start at the dawn of time and bring it all the way to the end of the Civil War, okay? So in between, we're gonna talk about the Native Americans who lived here. We're gonna talk about how our country was formed, our first form of government, okay? And how our government was created, and lots of neat things like that, okay? We're also going to talk about how our country divided with the Civil War because of the horrible thing called slavery, and how the country was reunited after the war, although certainly many problems still existed. Any questions so far? People in front of me? Any questions so far? People at home? Okay. By the way, people at home, there is a raise hand feature on your screen. I can't show you what it looks like because it's not on my Zoom account, okay? But you should see it towards the bottom of your screen, and it looks like we already have Rita, excuse me if I mispronounced your name, who's raising hand, okay? That's how you're gonna ask me a question on Zoom, okay? Maybe I can show the friends here in front of me what that looks like, okay? So this little blue raised hand, when you folks are on Zoom, that's how you're gonna get my attention, all right? I'll try and get to you as soon as I can, all right? So let me talk to this person right here. I'm gonna, oh, that's me. I'm gonna ask this person to unmute, okay? So ask to unmute. Hello, Rita? Can you hear me? Well, he or she is still muted, so we'll just. Yeah, that means they're muted, right? Yeah, okay. So I'm asking that person to unmute, but I don't know if they can hear me or not. That's okay, okay? But that is what you would use to grab my attention, when you're on Zoom. I'll see that, and then I'll know that you have a question, okay? All right. Now let's talk about a typical class, right? In a typical class, you're going to be using Schoology 95% of the time. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to be kind of eyes glossed over looking into a computer 95% of the time like this, okay? It means that that's where you're going to get the materials. They're housed in Schoology. That's where you're going to get them, okay? And then that's where you're going to submit things back to me. So there's really not going to be a whole lot of shuffling back and forth of paper. We did that in my class even before pandemic, okay? When you access something, and while you're working on it, you'll be often working with other people. Kids at home on Zoom, I'm going to set out breakout rooms where you can meet and work on things virtually with other kids who are home, okay? And we can talk about how to do that. Kids in school, you can still work with a classmate. You just got to do it 6 feet apart, okay? And we have these shields, which means that even if you push your desks together and you work on something together, you have some protection, okay? So I don't want you to think that you're just kind of mindlessly staring at a computer screen for 95% of the time, okay? In order to access my class, you're going to click on the Zoom link in Schoology, okay? Kids at home, they went to the right place. Let me admit this friend who's waiting in the waiting room, okay? They know where it is because that's how they got to my class right now, virtually. All of you blue folks, when you're home tomorrow, you're going to get into my Schoology course, and you folks are my Douglas class, okay? I'm going to write that on the board. Douglas class. Can someone who's here in front of me right now raise your hand and tell me, who is this class named after? Young lady, what is your name? You're taking, you don't know? Okay. Someone else? Yes, young lady, what's your name? Isabella. Who's it named after? Frederick Douglass, okay, who was a civil rights activist who lived in Rochester, New York, a large chunk of his life, and he fought against slavery. And all my classes are named after civil rights activists, people who worked to improve their lives and the lives of everyone else in the country, all right? So when you click on the Zoom link for my class, you're going to click on the Douglas class Zoom link, which is right here in Schoology. If you make a mistake and you click on the wrong link, no one will be there, okay? Because I can't teach 2 classes at the same time. All right, so you'll know you made a mistake if you click on a link and there's no one there, okay? Kids at home, did that work well for you today? Finding the link, give me a thumbs up if it worked for you. All right. Excellent. I'm seeing thumbs up from a lot of people. Awesome. Kids who are in front of me, any questions about where to get that link? Okay. And then I'll let you into the class. Another thing. Yes, sir. Okay, great question. Let's chat about it at the end of class, okay? Great question. If you can't get to my course, don't worry. It's in front of you on a 65-inch screen. So just look up here. Okay, my man? All right. Now, let's say you kids are learning at home, and you kids in front of me, tomorrow you'll be learning at home, right? Remember that the expectation is that you sign in when it's class time, okay? So tomorrow, I do not have this class. So is anyone from this class signing in tomorrow? No? Okay, question. You have to sign in tomorrow? But I don't have this class tomorrow. Okay, so remember, I don't see your class physically every day, okay? It sounds like I don't see this class on B days. So tomorrow's a B day. So kids in front of me, you'll be at home tomorrow. You're not trying to sign into my class because my class is not scheduled for a B day. Does that make sense? Okay. So the expectation is you sign into Zoom whenever the class is scheduled. That's why these kids are here right now, because they know that they're in Douglas, okay? And they're signing in from home. So the next time my class is scheduled, if you're here in front of me, great. If you're not, you're going to be signing in from home using that link. Now, we know that sometimes when you're learning from home, emergencies happen. Let's say you're home with a little brother or sister, they fall and they hurt themselves. You need to take care of it, so you can't sign into social studies class when you're scheduled to. Okay? That's okay. But we only ask a few things. The first thing we ask is that you tell us that you're not going to make it. Okay? And the way that you're going to tell me is by sending me a Schoology message. You're going to send me a Schoology message. You're going to say, Mr. Cafarella, I'm sorry, my little brother hurt his knee. I have to help him. I can't sign into class right now. All right? When I get that message, I'm going to do two things. Number one, all right, I'm going to send a quick note home so that someone can verify what you're saying. It's not that I don't believe you. I just want to get more information about the situation. Okay? And then the second thing I'll do is I'll give you 5 days to make up any missed work. So if you're learning from home and you can't sign into class at the scheduled time, you get 5 days to make up your work. This should be the message all teachers are telling you. Is that correct? Have you heard this from someone else besides me? You've only heard it from me? Wowee. Okay, well, you're hearing it from me. All right? Two things. If you're not new to Cosgrove, you should know that in order to send me a Schoology message, you're just going to go to the message, that little envelope here in Schoology, okay? And then you can click New Message. Just type Mr. Cafarella into the field and tell me why you are not there for the instruction, okay? And then the second thing is where you can find the work you missed. The work you missed is always going to be uploaded to YouTube because right now I'm being recorded, okay? So even though these folks can see me virtually at home, Zoom is recording this, right? What I'm going to do every day is I'm going to take that recording and I'm going to upload it to YouTube, okay? And the place you get my YouTube channel is this link right here. All right, so if I click on that, it'll open my YouTube channel. You'll see that I have a paltry 42 subscribers. Okay, you probably have like 7,000. I don't know. All right. And a video recording of at least one of my classes will be uploaded there by the end of the day. So that's where you can access work that you've missed. All right. So kids at home, kids here, if you have a YouTube account, please subscribe to the channel so that you can access those videos. If you don't have a YouTube account, you're not allowed to have a YouTube account, that's okay, right? I'll probably also upload them to Schoology, right? So, any questions about where to get work that you missed because you couldn't log in at the scheduled time? Anyone at home have a question? Okay. I'm getting thumbs up from people. Looks good. I like that. All right, fantastic. All right. So that's a couple basic things about who I am, what we're going to study in a typical class. Now, let me share some procedures with you, how the class works. For the kids who are full remote, not all of this is going to apply to you, and for that I apologize. Okay, but most of you, if you're not here today, you will be here the next time we're scheduled to have class, okay? So this will apply to you. Probably one of the most important procedures is mask breaks, okay? What's the longest any of you has ever worn a mask continuously? It could be someone at home can raise their hand virtually, or someone in front of me can raise your hand. What's the longest you've ever been at home, or the longest you've ever worn a mask continuously? Okay, young lady in the middle, what's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, what's the longest? She said 9 hours. Wow, that's a long time. Anyone wear one longer? Yeah. 12 hours. Wow, that's a long time. Okay, yeah. Well, okay, so you have a lot to get used to then, right? Okay, good. All right, good. And that's a good amount of examples, okay? The point is that we all have to get used to wearing our masks for a long time, right? Something we have to do, all right? My glasses fog up. My face is breaking out under this. I look like a teenager again with all my maskne, if you've heard that term before. My face is atrocious looking under this because of my face is breaking out. But it's something we have to get used to, okay? Despite that, we understand that you need a break every now and again. So here's how mask breaks are gonna work in my room. I allow mask breaks at the beginning of class or the end, by request. So let's say you're coming into my class and you say, Mr. Cafarella, can we have a mask break? Sure. Or we have a few seconds at the end of class, Mr. Cafarella, can we have a mask break? Please ask for permission and I'll usually say yes. This is what a mask break looks like, okay? Take your hands, straps. You're not touching your mask, you're touching the straps, okay? Get a drink of water, whatever you want. All right. Back on the straps again, you're not touching your mask. That's your mask break, okay? We allow that at the beginning of class and the end of class, if by request, you have to ask. Any questions about that? All right, awesome. Let's talk about raising your hand. We already talked about with those kids at home, raising their hand, how they raise their hand virtually by hitting the little button that says raise hand, and then I'll see if somebody has a question. In person, you raise your hand the good old-fashioned way, all right? I used to toss around a plush toy to call on kids. It was fun. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that by the end of the year, but we can't do that right now because we're touching the same stuff. So the way that you let me know you have a question is that you raise your hand the good old-fashioned way. Can someone please demonstrate? Okay? Young man in the back, what is your name? Zach. Okay, go ahead, Zach, raise your hand. Nice. I like that. I didn't tell you to put it down yet. I haven't called on you yet. Okay. Zach has got his arm up. It's straight. There is no bend in the elbow. This is what most 7th graders call raising their hand. Okay. These are T-Rex arms, dinosaur arms, not human arms. Okay. So up here. Good. Zach, ask me a question. Good question. What is my favorite color? My favorite color is red. Great. Thank you, Zach. All right. Notice how Zach didn't shout out his question just because he had his hand raised. He waited for me to call on him. Okay. And then when that whole thing was done, he put it down. Okay. So your takeaways. Don't raise your arms like this because I can't see you if you raise your arms like this. Raise your hands like this. Wait for me to call on you, please. Okay, good. There's a lot of reasons why you might raise your hand. Okay. For example, to get out of your seat, all right? And I'll move the computer so our friends here can see the door, okay? You have a lot of reasons to get out of your seat, like you sneeze. Mr. Cafarella, can I have a tissue, please? Sure. Okay. Tissues are up here. Here's how getting a tissue works in my class. All right? You step into the hallway. Blow your nose. Do whatever you gotta do. Ask for a new mask if your other one's all dirty now. Yep. Okay, put your mask back on. Throw that away. What's the last thing I need to do? Squirty, squirty, right? Okay, get some sanitizer. That's one thing you can ask for my permission for. Another thing you can ask for my permission for is to throw something away or recycle it. At the end of class, you're going to have to recycle the paper on your desk. You can see my recycle bin here is overflowing with paper from throughout the day. You can do that, okay? Let's say your computer battery is dying. Be honest, how many people showed up to school today with a dead computer battery? Nobody? All right, I'm impressed. Well, if you need to charge your computer, friends at home, you'll find this out when you come to class, maybe tomorrow. Everyone else look back here. I have 2 charging stations. Your battery's running low on power. Raise your hand, Mr. Cafarella. Can I charge my computer? You can come back here and charge your computer. Okay? Any questions? Did you watch that Celtics Raptors series? Man, that was a good series. I was rooting for the Raptors, so I was a little disappointed. Good series. Okay, awesome. Bathroom. You have to use the bathroom. All humans do. Okay? Let's talk about how that works in my class. Okay? In the past, you would have gone up there, you would have signed out, and you would have gone to the bathroom. Okay? This year, we're not trying to touch things like pens and pencils and paper that everyone has access to. So instead, what you're going to do is you're going to sign out to use the bathroom online. Okay? So right here on my Schoology page, kids at home, you can see my Schoology page, correct? Am I sharing my screen with you? No? Okay, let me make sure I share my screen with you. All right. Now can you see it? All right. Underneath where it has the class links, you can see there's a link that says sign in, sign out link. Okay, so if you ask to use the bathroom or leave the room for any reason, I'm going to ask you to sign out online. You're going to go to that link. And this is a shared document where you can tell me where you're going. Okay. Now, it looks like somebody from a previous class has already started filling it out. Okay. But just tell me the date, your name, where you're going, the time, and then when you come back in, the time you come back. Okay? Any questions? Piece of cake. The same thing is true for being late to class. Okay? Let's talk about late and on time. And I'm going to stop sharing in just a second. And I'm also going to grab a new mask, one from I brought from home, because this one's getting a little old, so it's starting to slide down my face quite a bit. Stop sharing right there. One moment, please. Let me grab one from my bag here. Is everyone having a good first day? Yeah? All right, that one's getting a little loose. We're gonna go with this guy. Ah, comfy. All right. Let me check myself out in the mirror. Okay, good. Let's talk about late and on time. I'm gonna move the camera over here. And again, if you're full remote, this may not completely apply to you. I apologize, but for everyone else, it will. Okay. You are standing right here, and the bell goes off. Are you late or on time? You can say the answer out loud this one time.
On time.
Late. Okay? You're standing right here, and the bell goes off. Are you late or on time? Yes.
Late.
Late. Okay? Let's say you are right here. Can you sit down? I want to actually sit down because we're not supposed to touch stuff. But pretend I'm sitting down. Am I late or on time? I'm on time. Okay? So the point is, on time means in your seat, sitting down. Okay? How long do we have in the hallways this year? 6 minutes. How long did you have last year? 4 minutes. That's 2 extra minutes. And do you ever have to go to your locker? No. So there's really no reason why you should ever be late. If you are late, here's what I'm going to say. Please sign the late sheet. That's all I'm going to say. In the past, that would have meant you signed the yellow sheet near the entrance. Okay? This year, it means you go into Schoology, and I'm going to share my screen again with the folks at home, or at least I'm going to try and figure out how to. There it is. Okay. You're going to go again to the Schoology course, and the very last link, it says late sign-in link. You're going to go there, and you're going to sign the late sheet, okay? I'm not going to say, why were you late? In the middle of the whole class, because that would be interrupting the class. Okay, I'm simply going to say, sign the late sheet. Later, I might say, hey, where were you? And then you might say, well, I was in the counseling office, here's my pass. And then we're all set. Or you might say, I was in trouble, so Mr. Amoroso let me out late. Okay? Well, then that counts as a tardy to class. And if you get a couple of those, then there are consequences for that. Okay? But all I'm really going to say to you is, please sign the late sheet. Any questions about that? Blue? Any questions? Gold? Let's cycle through and see if anyone's raising their hand. Nope. All right, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Standing desk. Let me stop sharing with these folks. Okay. In this class, and I'm going to, let's see, lower this. In this class, we have a standing desk. Let me make sure that's in view. It is right now, okay? This is our standing desk. What is the point of a standing desk? Yes? You stand on a standing desk? So you don't stand on it, you stand at it, right? Okay. Does that mean I dance at it? Does that mean I practice my karate moves on it? No, it means I stand at it. Okay? So the purpose of a standing desk is to be able to learn while you are standing. And the point of that is maybe you're tired of sitting. Maybe your legs are sore. Maybe you just want to get out and stretch. Maybe you're falling asleep and so you need a little jolt, something to keep you going. Okay? That's fine, you can use a standing desk. But we have to take some extra precautions. So if you want to stand at the standing desk, raise your hand. How do you do it again, Zach? Yeah, like that. Okay. You raise your hand. Mr. Cafarella, can I stand at the standing desk? Sure. Grab a piece of paper. Put it here. Okay? When you're done, I have to wipe it down because it's a shared space. Okay? You can also adjust the height of it. If you're tall like me, you can have it up here. If you're short, you can have it down here. That's really short. Okay? All right? Most of you will probably have it up in here somewhere. Right? But because you've touched the lever to move it back and forth, I have to spray. So the point is, only ask to use this if you're going to use it for 10 minutes or so. If you're going to use it for 2 minutes, stand at your desk. Right? If you're actually going to use it for an extended period of time, ask to use the standing desk. Okay, any questions about that? people who are here in class have already noticed something fun that's on their desk. What is it? It's actually underneath your desk. The bouncy band, okay? Kids at home, this item is on every desk in this room, okay? It's kind of a rubber band that connects the front two legs of the desk, okay? When they're connected, when they're not connected to the desk, they look like this, okay? And the point of it is you put your foot here and you bouncy, 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 okay? The point is to burn some energy, help you focus, move a little bit, okay? Now this is the appropriate way to do it. Bouncy. But then sometimes we get some thumpers. Is that the correct way to use it? No. No, okay? So, calm, soothing, gentle. And not thumper, okay? Because then it's just a distraction. Okay, good. Stuff around, breaking stuff. All right. We talked about late work. Consequences. By the way, again, I promise this is going to be the most you're going to hear me talk in one period in a long time. So I apologize. You folks are doing great. Any questions so far, kids in front of me? Any questions, kids at home? Kids at home, has it been a long day? Yeah? Yeah. It's better when you're in person. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow. All right, for those of you who are remote, we're going to talk about ways that I'm going to try and connect with you on Wednesdays, which will be good. Okay? All right. Consequences. Let's say you're having trouble with one of those procedures. Okay? Or some of the expectations we're going to talk about tomorrow. Here's how I generally handle those things. One, I try and solve the problem with just you, one-on-one. Okay? So there's a problem. I talk to you one-on-one. We solve the problem. You're good. Okay? Sometimes we're not good. So then we contact parents or guardians. And we try and work through the problem. If the problem's solved, we're good. On rare occasions, we're still not good. So those are the only instances in which I will contact an administrator through the referral process, okay? I can tell you that I don't expect to do that this year. All of last year, I wrote one referral. It's not because I don't believe in referrals. If I need to write one, I'll certainly write one. I won't hesitate. I didn't have much of a need last year because generally we all have these common understandings that we're going through right now, and it hasn't been a problem, okay? But that is how we will deal with those types of situations, all right? Any questions at all? All right, well, this class period ends at 2:50. I'm gonna do 10 minutes worth of stuff with my kids who are here in front of me right now. Kids at home, does anyone have any questions or anything you want to say before I ask you to sign off?
I have a question. So each B day, we do not have a class with you at all. Every single B day.
Every single B day, you do not have class with me at all. So do me a favor, everyone, take out your schedules.
Okay.
Everyone take out your schedules. This is different from 6th grade because 6th grade you had every class every day, correct? You did it? Did you have social studies every day last year? You did it? Okay. So it should be relatively the same, all right? And I want to get my seating chart. Hang on one second. I want to know who is asking me the question. So this is my Douglas Gold. Who is asking me the question? I know the screen says S. Sinclair 639. Okay. What is that person's name?
Serenity.
Serenity?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Serenity. Okay.
Nice to-
So the question is, do you have social studies every day? Okay. Look at your schedule. What letter day do you not see my name? B days. Okay. So on B days, my class does not meet, which means if you're here physically in school on that day, you don't come to my class. If you're at home or you're always at home, you're not signing into my class on B days. Okay, so because tomorrow is a B day, I do not see any of you folks tomorrow. Does that answer your question, Serenity? Okay. Now here's where it gets tricky. Has anyone told you about Wednesdays yet? They have, right? In the opening day video. I know they did. Okay? So, are you two trying to compete with each other with how many things you can do on the bands? Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Okay? All right. Wednesdays. The first Wednesday we're treating as, does anyone know what letter day? A day. So are you going to check in with me for 15 minutes on Wednesday? Yes, yep. You are. Okay. Thursday is then going to be a C day. Are you scheduled to have my class on a C day? Yes, you are. Okay. So let's think. Kids at home, some of them are gold, right? So they're home today. They'll be in person tomorrow, but I don't see them. Everyone's at home on Wednesday. So then Thursday, we'll be back to you kids. So I'll see you on Thursday, and I won't see the gold kids in person, it seems like, until Friday, right? Because gold, you're in school Tuesday, Friday. Is that correct? Yes? Tuesday, Friday, yes. Okay. So I won't see these kids in person until Friday. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, but I will see you eventually. All right. Great question, Serenity. Does anyone else have any other questions at home? All right, then you kids at home can sign off.
Good afternoon, everybody.
It was great seeing you. Okay.
For another couple minutes, as a reminder, I will be on to dismiss my hallway today. So please sit tight for a couple minutes. I'll be on in just a few to dismiss for